This is Roar to Success, episode number 4. For number 1, it says enter the number that makes the equation true. So we all have 8 as our denominator, so that doesn't really change anything. The only thing that we really care for is to make this number, the 4,569. So here it is, 4,569. We see in the first one that we already have 4,200. So let's get rid of that and see how much more we have left. That's going to be a 9. 6 minus 0 is 6. 5 minus 2 is 3. We don't know what this square is. That's the part that we're trying to fill in, but we do have a 60. So let's get rid of a 60. And that will give us 309 left. And then we have a 9 right here. So let's get rid of that 9. So we know the square must be, 9 minus 9 is 0. So we know it has to be 300. That's our missing number. So the square, it should be equal to 300. We don't need to write over 8 because we already know that the denominator is going to be out of 8. All we need to do is find the numerator, and that's going to be 300. For number 2, it says Mrs. Newfield bought 4 packs of pencils, 2 erasers, and 1 notebook. There's the cost for each item. She gave the clerk a $20 bill. How much change should she receive? So the first thing we need to do is calculate how much money she owes. For the 4 packs of pencils, 1 pack is $2.37, and she buys 4 packs. So let's go and calculate that. 7 times 4 is 28, carry the 2. 4 times 3 is 12, add 2 is 14, carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, add 1 is 9. And of course, you got 2 numbers behind the decimal. So we know so far she owes $9.48. So she also buys 2 erasers. One is $1.32. But she buys 2 of them, so let's multiply that by 2. Or you can add it again twice. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. And it'll be $2.64. And lastly, she buys 1 notebook, so it's just $2.68. So we need to add all those together. The $9.48, the 4 notebooks, the 2 erasers, and of course the notebook. All your decimals should line up together. Let's go and figure out how much money she owes. I know that 8 plus 8 is 16. Add the 4 would be 20. Carry the 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. And then it'll be 6, 6, 6. That's really 6 times 3. And that will be 18. Carry the 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. Plus the other 2 would be 14. And the decimal just goes straight down. We know that she owes $14.80. If she gives the clerk a $20 bill, we need to see how much money she should get back. So we need to subtract it with how much she owes. So it looks like this. We know that 0 minus 0 is 0. We can't do 0 minus 8. We can't borrow from this 0, so this 2 becomes a 1. This 0 becomes a 10, but now to cross it out, it becomes a 9. So that this 0 can be a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. Our decimal goes straight down. 9 minus 4 is 5. So she should get back $5.20 in change from the clerk. Lastly, for number 3 says, what numbers correctly complete each equation? All squares have the same value. So we know that all the squares are the same. So we know that all 3 of them are the same. And we add all 3 of them up, you get 14.1. So we got to figure out, and then after that we got to figure out the circle. But for us to figure out the circle, we need to figure out the square first. So this one seems confusing, but it's pretty easy. All you have to do is take 14.1, and because all of the squares are the same, we have to divide it by 3. Because there's 3 squares that share the same number, and when you add them all up, you get 14.1. And for us to do the math, we know that 3 cannot go into 1. We know that 3 can go in 14 4 times, because 3 times 4 is actually 12. That'll give us a 2. Drop down the 1, that makes 21. And 3 can go into 21 7 times. And of course you have 1 number behind the decimal, so it'll be 4.7. We know that every square must be 4.7. And we can really prove that. We can just do 4.7 plus 4.7 plus 4.7. Or we can do 4.7 times 3, and it's going to give us that 14.1. So that's our first step. Once again, all we have to do is divide it by 3 because all the squares have the same value. If there were 2 squares, we would divide 14.1 by 2. If there were 5 squares, we would divide it by 5. So you just divide it based on how many squares there are. And you can only do that if they're all the same value, which it says so. It says all squares have the same value. Now we got to plug that one in for a second equation. Circle minus 3.6 equals 4.7, because we know the square is now 4.7. To figure out what circle is, all we have to do is we're going to add the 4.7 plus the 3.6. And that's going to give us 13, carry the 1. Decimal goes straight down, of course. 1 plus 4 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8. So we know that the circle must be 8.3. Now, if you were to subtract it, let's say that you took 4.7 and instead of adding the 3.6, you subtract 3.6 and you get this answer, 1.1. You know that's wrong, because if you plug 1.1 back in, you're saying that 1.1, which is a circle, minus 3.6 would equal, and then you would say it will equal 4.7, which we know is not true. We know that the circle needs to be a greater number, because when you subtract 3.6 and you have 4.7 still, the circle needs to be a greater number, and that's why you add the 4.7 plus the 3.6. And that's the end of this video.